हरे कृष्ण ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्रीमद्-भागवतम in story form, chapter 67, Brahma's prayers to Lord Krishna, Canto 10. Lord Brahma said, "My dear Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore I offer my humble obeisances and prayers just to please you. Your transcendental body is dark, like newly arrived monsoon clouds, and your garment is brilliant like lightning, wearing garlands of forest flowers and leaves, and equipped with a herding stick, buffalo horn, and flute. You beautifully stand with a morsel of food in your hand. Not I nor anyone else can estimate the potency of your transcendental body. How then could I possibly understand the happiness that you experience within yourself? Those who completely throw out the process of speculative knowledge and fully dedicate themselves to hearing and chanting the descriptions of your personality and activates that are narrated by and activities that are narrated by you personally and by your pure devotees certainly conquer your leadership lordship, although you are unconquerable. If anyone gives up the path of devotion to engage in the cultivation of speculative knowledge, he achieves only the trouble of his work and not his desired result, like a person who beats empty husks of wheat. In the course of time, learned philosophers or scientists may become able to count all the atoms of the earth, the snowflakes falling from the sky, the particles of sunshine, or the number of stars in the sky. But who could possibly count your unlimited transcendental qualities? My dear Lord, a person who simply waits for your causeless mercy, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past deeds, while offering you obeisances from the core of his heart, is eligible for liberation. For this had become his rightful claim. Brahmaji is saying, my dear Lord, a person who simply waits for your causeless mercy, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past deeds, while offering you obeisances from the core of his heart, is eligible for liberation, for this had become his rightful claim. My Lord, just see my impudence. I tried to test your power by utilizing my own, but what am I compared to you? I am just like a small spark in the presence of a great fire. Therefore, kindly excuse my offenses. I was born in the mode of passion, and therefore I am foolish, thinking myself to be an independent controller. Now please consider me to be your servant and thus worthy of your compassion. What am I? Just a creature measuring 7 spans of my hands. I am enclosed in a pot-like universe composed of material elements. And what is your glory? Unlimited universes pass through the pores of your body just as particles of dust pass through the openings of a window screen. O Lord, does the mother take offense when the child within her womb kicks her? Is there anything within existence that is actually outside your abdomen? When all is merged into the water of dissolution, your plenary portion, Narayana, lies down on the water. From his navel a lotus flower grows, and I take birth upon that lotus flower. Thus, am I not born from you, my Lord, one who is favored by even a slight trace of the mercy of your lotus feet, can understand the greatness of your personality. I therefore pray to be so fortunate that in this life or the next I may be counted as one of your devotees. How greatly fortunate are the cows and ladies of Vrindavana, for you drank their breast milk, taking the forms of cubs and children. How greatly fortunate is Nanda Maharaja and all the cowherd men, for the absolute truth has become their friend. My greatest possible good fortune would be to take any kind of birth, even as grass, in this forest of Gokula, and have my head bathed by the dust falling from the lotus feet of its inhabitants. But if I am not so fortunate, then I beg to be allowed to take birth as a clump of grass just outside Vrindavana, so that when the devotees go out, they would trample over me. My dear Lord Krishna, until people become your devotees, their material attachments and desires are like thieves. Their homes are like prisons, and their affectionate feelings for their family members are like shackles. There are people who say, I know everything about Krishna. Let them think in that way. But as far as I am concerned, I do not wish to say much about this. O my Lord, let me just say this. As far as your opulence is concerned, it is beyond the reach of my mind, body, and words. Therefore, as long as this universe exists, and as long as the sun shines, I will offer my obeisances unto you. After offering his prayers and taking permission to depart, Brahma circumambulated Lord Krishna 3 times and bowed down at his lotus feet. After Brahma had left, Krishna took the calves which were just where they were 1 year ago and brought them to the shore of the river where he had been enjoying lunch along with his friends. Sanatana Goswami explains that the cubs and boys remained in the forest and on the river bank for 1 full year. Lord Brahma did not actually take away the boys and cubs. By the Lord's illusory energy, the cubs and boys did not notice the passing of time, nor did they feel any hunger or thirst. The residents of Vrindavana did not notice them, nor did Lord Brahma, and when Krishna desired, everything regained its former manifestation. After Lord Brahma concluded his prayers, Krishna had remained silent. Although Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he appeared in Vrindavana and played the role of an innocent young cowherd boy. Therefore, the Lord thought, where did this four-headed Brahma come from? What is he doing here? I am busy looking for my cubs. What is he talking about? The cowherd boys then said, Oh Krishna, you have returned so quickly. We hardly ate a morsel in your absence. Now, please come and have your meal without distraction. While smiling, Krishna finished his lunch along with the cowherd boys. Later, as they were returning home, Krishna showed them the skin of the dead serpent, Aghasura. Krishna played his bamboo flute and called for his cubs by name. His cowherd boyfriends purified the whole world by chanting his glories. When they reached the village of Braja, the boys sang, Today Krishna saved us by killing a great serpent. Although 1 year had passed, the boys thought that Aghasura had been killed that very day. Maharaja Parikshit inquired, how could the cowherd women have developed a greater love for Krishna than for their own sons? Sukdev Goswami replied, O king, for every created being, the dearmost thing is his own self. The dearness of everything else, such as children and wealth, is due only to the dearness of the self. Indeed, these things are merely an expanded concept of the self. It is seen that a man may sacrifice his life for his family or country, but the fact is that he does this just to gratify his egoistic pride. On the other hand, it is often seen that a mother will kill the child in her womb, or grown up children will place their parents in an old age home just to avoid personal inconvenience. Sudhir Goswami continued, for persons who think that the body is the self, the things that are important due to their relationship with the body are never as dear as the body itself. Even when the body grows old and useless, one still strongly desires to maintain it. The embodied being considers his self to be most dear, and the entire creation is seen as something that can be used for the satisfaction of the self. My dear king, you should know that Krishna is the original soul of all living entities, and that they are his fragmental parts and parcels. It is out of my causeless mercy that Lord Krishna appeared in this world. It is out of his causeless mercy. It is out of his causeless mercy that Lord Krishna appeared in this world as an ordinary human being. Those who know Krishna as he is understand that those who know Krishna as he is understand that he is the cause of all causes, and thus there is nothing different from him. Whatever is dear to us is an expansion of Krishna's energy, and thus is also Krishna. We should know that every attractive feature we find in this world is a tiny manifestation of Krishna's glory. For those who have accepted the boat of the lotus feet of the Lord, the ocean of material existence shrinks to become like the water contained in a calf's hoof print. The goal of such persons is Vaikuntha, Parampadam, where there is no misery, and not this material world, where there is danger at every step. Padam Padam Yad Vipadam. हरे कृष्ण। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।